Dave Smith, Michael Heiss, and et al. Took over the Libertarian Party. It was just like the Mises Caucus was the same thing as MAGA was to the whole GOP. And the Mises Caucus de-wokeified the Libertarian Party and took it over. And one of the pieces that Comic Dave Smith said was there's all these old vanguards of the Libertarian Party that said, I've put decades into the Libertarian Party. You heard Jim Jordan say, we've been here for 16 years. And Kevin, do you think I give a damn about how long you've been there? In fact, maybe you've been there too long. They had the same thing, people who thought they were entitled to positions because of how long they were there. That's not how this is going to go anymore. That's not how this is going to work. I warned you, I'm just saying, Matt Gaetz and others warned you for 2 months. You thought you were playing poker. You thought I didn't have a hand. Now we're on the river and you know I have a hand. You're going to have to fold. Here's what Comic Dave Smith had to say. These are the only things that I saw from mainstream media about the Libertarian Party, and this is what made them a joke.
I would like to ask the body.
So the Libertarian Party analogy is the GOP. The GOP Republicans are a joke. Mises Caucus is MAGA.
To consider that the Libertarian Party acquire a mascot. And I would like to propose Dobby from the Harry Potter series, who in the 7th book says, Dobby has no master. Dobby is a free elf, and Dobby has come to save Harry Potter and his friends.
The perception is that they take liberty with the idea of liberty. If you want to know why I'm playing this, look at this. Don't look away. It's that meme where they take the head from Game of Thrones and they open up the eyes, and I want you to see this. This is Kevin McCarthy right now. This is how stupid what he's doing is. It's the same thing. They just put a nice little suit on it and a tie. It's the same type of buffoonery. We told you he doesn't have the votes. When are you going to get it through your thick skull? So it is pertinent. Easy, bro. That's too much for me. Too much liberty all at once. But what I am seeing is this dude does have some political gravitas, some smart, some savviness. He's cleansing that party of all that foolishness I showed you earlier.
I don't understand how, whatever your politics are, you can be on the side of people who can't handle Dave Smith if they're interested in handling the Republican Party and the Democratic Party.
The Andy Craig letter when he resigned was really something. I mean, he listed off every little position that he's had in the Libertarian Party. And he was like, I was the head of this committee. I worked on this campaign. I volunteered for this thing. I did this. I ran for this office and got the highest percentage of anybody who's ever lost for that office. And now I'm quitting. And it was this thing of like, yeah, like you see it, like you see the kind of entitlement. This is an illusion that someone sold you. And I'm sorry you bought into it, but that's not what I'm not working for any of these institutions. My commitment is like to human liberty. It's not to your steps.
So it all matches, except I will completely admit and acknowledge MAGA is not there for human liberty. They're authoritarian, definitely more authoritarian than Comic Dave Smith, but the analogy still stands. One more time, and think about this as Kevin McCarthy. I'm entitled to it. I've been doing all. You haven't even been successful, bruh. Why aren't we talking about the midterms? I don't hear even Charlie Kirk. I don't hear nobody talking about the midterms. We just had the midterms where it's supposed to be a red wave.
I think it's risky to have someone leading our effort going into 2024 who vastly underperformed in 2022. I think it's risky to put someone forward who suggested that Donald Trump resign or be censured. I think it's really risky to have someone as the speaker who said that I was encouraging people to violence just because I criticized Liz Cheney after January 6th. Just keep in mind, okay, Yvette Herrell's gonna lose in New Mexico by a few thousand votes. Joe Kent is gonna lose by a few thousand votes.
Crazy.
He burnt tens of millions of dollars in cash with Kevin McCarthy going after people in primaries.
Well,
I mean,
attacking
look how much
Caroline
money-
Leavitt and attacking
Caroline
Joe
Leavitt,
Kent.
Anthony Sabatini, Carl Palladino. In prior cycles, he went after people like George Santos, Ana Paulina Luna. And so, like, when you turn your arsenal against our own team in the primaries and then run out of bullets in the general election, somebody has to question the decisions the general made. And certainly you wouldn't follow that person into battle again. I know I won't. And so I think that the risk profile is highest in supporting someone who, like, literally went after America First candidates. I'm surprised by my friend Marjorie's decision on it. And it would just seem odd to me to, like, have this vastly underperforming effort in the midterms and hand the speakership from Nancy Pelosi of California to Kevin McCarthy of California. And where we lost seats we were supposed to win was in the Valley of California. So, like, why not, instead of rewarding someone from a delegation that underperformed, why wouldn't we reward someone from a delegation that overperformed? And that's not just New York. There certainly was a lot of great work done in the state of Texas. I know there are a lot of Texans who have good relationships across the Caucus as well, and we may see one of them emerge with interest, because tomorrow,
Kevin McCarthy did not participate in that, did not help that. Allegedly, I did the video where he took money from, indirectly, the SBF FTX stuff. That was all anti-Trump money.
It was like, I was this, I was the
Kevin McCarthy was this, and then he was that, and he's been there for 16 years. He was a young gun, and he did this, and he did that.
head of this committee. I worked on this campaign. I volunteered for
I was supposed to be the speaker in 2016, and it didn't happen.
this thing. I did this. I ran for this office
You ran for this, and you ran for that, and I'm in California.
and got the highest percentage of anybody who's ever lost for
I got the most votes for speaker on every count,
that office. And now I'm quitting. And it was
and now I'm speaker.
this thing of, like, yeah, like you see it, like you see the kind of entitlement. This is an illusion that someone sold you, and I'm sorry you bought into it, but that's not what I'm not working for any of these institutions. My commitment is, like, to human liberty. It's not to your steps.
Somebody needs to get that message back to Charlie Kirk, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Kevin McCarthy, Pappy Don. Somebody go. Number one, Pappy needs to get to a wheelchair. We need to get him some ice cream, just like Brandon, because it's over politically. I'm not anti-Pappy. I'm just saying that as far as running for office, that we're well beyond that. That's exactly what's happening here. They were able to do it because it was at a smaller scale.